Hi, this is Colleen Costa, your local realtor. On my day off, I'm working on a do-it-yourself project. This is one of the fans in the bedroom that I installed about 12 years ago, and it started to malfunction. So the lights started to flicker on and off, and eventually died. I changed light bulbs on it and it didn't work. I also tried to work with the fan, and what happened with the fan is it would not change from medium to high back to low. It's just stuck in one mode and moves very slowly. Here's the close-up of the fan. I did some research on YouTube, as any do-it-yourselfer would, and found out that the contributing factor for the light problem was the power limiter, and the fan was the capacitor. So actually I had already taken it apart, and this is where the capacitor is. There's 3 screws, one there, and one behind, and the bottom falls off, and you see a bunch of wires, and that's where the capacitor is. Now the top, there's a couple of screws. If you just loosen it, you don't have to take it off. One on this side and one on the back side. The cover comes down, and there's also a bunch of wires there, and the receiver for the remote is on there. I did not find any power limiter in any of the sections, so that could not have been the problem. I took this receiver out for the remote control from the top housing, and upon inspection I found out that it's a little melted, so something in there got fried, and that is probably why it did not work. This would be for the lights. So what I did was go around by taking the remote off. It's pretty simple. So if you take this off, the white attaches to the white, the black to the black. Same thing here, white to white, black to black. And then you have this blue wire that really has no place to go. Well, there should be a red wire up there, and if you attach it to this blue wire to the red wire, that would be a power source for your light. And this is just an antenna. So that's what I did, and magically the lights now work without the remote control. The brand of my fan is Harbor Breeze, and I called the 1-800 number, and about 7 days later the parts came in and they were free, which was nice. So here's the capacitor, and this is the old receiver. Here's the new one. So what you need to do is make sure they have a dip switch in here, that this is going to be the same sequence as your remote control. If you look in here, otherwise they won't be able to communicate with each other. So just make sure that they're the same. I'm going to go turn off the power now and proceed. I think this is important to mention for the electrically challenged. As you know, there's 2 whites and 2 blacks, so you will see, if I can, right here. Okay, AC in, and this one says AC in. So what that means is those 2 wires will be the black and whites coming from basically the wall coming out, because that's the electrical coming in. And then these 2 says to motor, so that's self-explanatory. So that goes, this one, the white one doesn't say anything, but well, it does here. There you go, motor in. So both of these wires will go to that motor in the housing, towards that, okay? Make sure you turn off the power before you touch any electrical. Took the screws off, so this is how I bypassed it so I could have lights for 7 days while waiting for the parts. So as you can see, black with black, the blue, which is the light, that's the power source, the red, and then here's the white, white to white. So if you take those apart and attach the receiver to it, it should work fine. Just make sure you cap the power source red because that would not be going anywhere. So that's the top. So this is the motor housing, and let's see if you can see it. On top of it, that's where the information is for the model of your fan, and you're going to need that information when you order your parts. So here's the bottom part of it, the bottom housing, and here's the capacitor. So as you can see, it's bulging, so it's defective. So this is simple. It's the red to red and white to white. So I'm going to change those out and see if they work. Here's the moment of truth. The power has been turned back on. See, lights, yep, they work. They dim on and off. Fan, that's low. Medium. High. So it all works. Thank you for watching.